सर्वेभ्यः हृत्पूर्वकनमस्काराः। शिवानन्दलहर्याः कक्ष्यायां स्वागतम्। नूतनवर्षस्य हार्दाः अनन्ताः शुभाशयाः। Vishalakshi Bhagini tells us that today is an important Shiva festival in Kerala and Tamil Nadu. Dhanyavadaha Bhagini for that information. Astu idanim prarambham kurmah. Welcome to our panelists. Aditi, Charu, and Shreya have been trying to promote you as a panelist, but somehow I think you're still not shown as a panelist. So Aditi, maybe you could help with promoting her as a panelist again. Vayam prarambham kurmaha. Gururev gatir gurumev bhaje. गुरुणैव सहास्मि नमो गुरवे न गुरोः परमं शिशुरस्मि गुरोः मतिरस्ति गुरौ मम पाहि गुरु श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानामालयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादशङ्करं लोकशङ्करम् सौन्दर्यलहरी कर्त्रे सर्वमङ्गलदायिने शङ्कराचार्यवर्याय यतिराजाय ते नमः। शङ्कारूपेण मच्चित्तं पङ्कीकृतमभूद्यया किङ्करीयस्य सा माया शङ्कराचार्यमाश्रये। प्रह्लादवरदो देवो यो नृसिंहः परो हरिः नृसिंहोपासकन्नित्यं तं नृसिंहगुरुं भजे। श्रीसच्चिदानन्द शिवाभिनव्य नृसिंह भारत्यभिधान्यतीन्द्रान् विद्यानिधीन् मन्त्रनिधीन् सदात्मनिष्ठान् भजे मानवशम्भुरूपान् सदात्मध्याननिरतम् विषयेभ्यः पराङ्मुखम् नौमि शास्त्रेषु निष्णातम् चन्द्रशेखर भारतीम् विवेकिनं महाप्रज्ञं धैर्यौदार्यक्षमानिधिम् सदाभिनवपूर्वन्तौ विद्यातीर्थगुरुं भजे। भारती करुणापात्रं भारती पदभूषणं भारती पदमारूढं भारती तीर्थमाश्रये। भारती तीर्थपर्यन्तं भक्तहृत्तापनाशनं भवभीतिहरं देवं भावये सततं हृदि। विद्या विनय संपन्नौ वीतरागौ विवेकिनं वन्दे वेदान्त तत्त्वज्ञौ विधुशेखर भारतीम् अनन्त गुण संपन्नामनन्ताभिधयाश्रुताम् अनन्त ज्ञानदात्रीं तां मातरं प्रणुमो वयम्। गैर्वाण्या संविबोधेन जीवनं मौल्यसंयुतं या करोत्तान्नमाम्यम्बां शारदामूर्तरूपिणी। कलाभ्यां चूडालङ्कृत शशिकलाभ्यां निजतपः फलाभ्यां भक्तेषु प्रकटितफलाभ्यां भवतु मे। शिवाभ्यामस्तोकत्रिभुवन शिवाभ्यां हृदि पुनर्भवाभ्यामानन्दस्फुरदनुभवाभ्यां नतिर्यम्। We had completed till 86 in the previous class. Now we will go to 87. Charu? अशनङ्गरलं फणीकलापः
अशनं गरलं फणीकलापः अशनं गरलं फणीकलापः
वसनं चर्म च वाहनं महोक्षः
वसनं चर्म च वाहनं महोक्षः वसनं चर्म च वाहनं महोक्षः
मम दास्यसि किं किमस्ति शम्भो
मम दास्यसि किं किमस्ति शम्भो मम दास्यसि किं किमस्ति शम्भो
तव पादाम्बुजभक्तिमेव देहि
तव पादाम्बुजभक्तिमेव देहि तव पादाम्बुजभक्तिमेव देहि
Garalam, Khani. Please note, it is not fa, it is pa. Khani Kalapaha. When you combine Ashanam and Garalam together, we can chant it as Ashanang Garalam. Combining. Vasanan Charma. Similarly, Vasanan Charma cha Vahanam Mahokshaha. Mama dasyasi kim kimasti shambho tava padambuja bhakti. Note the Mahaprana. Bhakti meva dehi. Ashanangaralam Phanikalapah Vasanam Charma cha Vahanam Mahokshaha.
अशनङ्गरलं फणीकलापः वसनं चर्म च वाहनं महोक्षः अशनङ्गरलं फणीकलापः वसनं चर्म च वाहनं महोक्षः
मम दास्यसि किं किमस्ति शम्भो तव पादाम्बुजभक्तिमेव देहि
मम दास्यसि किं किमस्ति शम्भो तव पादाम्बुजभक्तिमेव देहि मम दास्यसि किं किमस्ति शम्भो तव पादाम्बुजभक्तिमेव देहि
अशनङ्गरलं फणीकलापः वसनं चर्म च वाहनं महोक्षः मम दास्यसि किं किमस्ति शम्भो तव पादाम्बुजभक्तिमेव देहि
अशनङ्गरलं फणीकलापः वसनं चर्म च वाहनं महोक्षः मम दास्यसि किं किमस्ति शम्भो तव पादाम्बुजभक्तिमेव देहि
Tamam 87th verse in Vasanta Malika Chandas Ashanam Garalam He Shambho Ashanam Garalam Kalapaha Phani Vasanam Charma Vahanancha Mahokshaha Mama Dasyasi Kimasti Tava Padambuja Bhaktim Eva Dehi. Okay, this is a very beautiful way of requesting Parameshwara to grant Bhagavat Pada and the ones who chant Padambuja Bhakti, Ishvara Padambuja Bhakti. That is Dehi means give. He Shambho, Tava Padambuja Bhaktim Eva Dehi. Please bestow me or give me or grant me the devotion in your lotus feet. Only, Eva means only. Please only grant me the devotion to your lotus feet, meaning I do not want anything else. All I seek is that devotion in your lotus feet, and that is the only thing I seek from you. Why? In a very, this is a humorous, witty way of uh, giving the reasons for this to Parameshwara, and we will see that. What do you eat? Ashanam Garalam. For you, the food is Garalam, poison. What did Parameshwara seek when the ocean was churned? And when the Devas and the Asuras wanted the pot of nectar, and beautiful things came out of the ocean, the moon, and the Airavata, the various divine animals, etc. Many things came out. But what did Parmeshwara get? He only consumed the poison and protected the worlds, right? So what do you don't, even when such beautiful things are coming out of the ocean, you did not seek for anything. You did not seek for Amritam, nothing. You only sought for that Garalam. You only protected the world by consuming that poison. That itself became your food. Ashanam Garalam. You consume poison. Pani Kalapaha. What do you have for ornaments? Do you have Vajra, Vaidurya, gold, silver? No. You only have Pani. That is the serpents, the snakes are your ornaments. Vasanan Charma. What do you wear? Do you wear all silk garments and things like that? No. You only wear the skin of animals. Vasanam Charma. Vahanam Mahokshaha. So, what is your Vahana? It is a great bull. That is your Vrishabha Vahana. So you lead such a simple life, O Parameshwara. You are just satisfied with consuming poison, and the ornaments are the snakes. The skin you have is the charma. The vastram, your vasanam, that is your cloth, is charma, and your vahana is the great bull. Mama, dasyasi kim, will you give me anything? Kimasti, what is there with you that you can give me? You only have these things, right? So if you see in the the kings, etc. If you're very pleased, if the king is pleased with the poet, what they used to do, they used to take out some hara or something, some ring or something which they have ornaments and give it as a gift, or they used to gift those coins or something like that, or vastra, or wonderful food, bhojana, and vastu vahanadi, all these riches. But what does Parmeshwara have to give? He doesn't own, he actually is the utpatti sthanam for everything. But himself, what does he adorn himself with? Nothing. He just wears the serpents as his ornaments, consumes poison, and uses the Vrishabha as his Vahana, and wears the Charma as his Vastram. So, what do you have to give me? Therefore, I do not seek anything from you. All I seek is the ultimate devotion in your lotus feet only. I do not want anything else. This is a very beautiful way of saying, of seeking devotion from Parameshwara. It is an alankara. Like we know in literature, we have various alankaras. We have seen so far Rupaka, Upama, Utpreksha, etc. And this is called Vyajastuti, meaning you're actually making fun. On the face of it, you're making fun. In a witty way, you're saying with humor, but it is actually a stuti. It is actually a praise to Parameshwara. So, similarly, there's another alankara called Vyaja Ninda also. So, this is called Vyaja Stuti, a very beautiful way of seeking the devotion of Parameshwara. Now, let us read the meaning. O Shambhu, the giver of happiness, what can you possibly give me? And what do you truly possess? Your food is poison, your ornaments are serpents, your clothing is the skin of animals, and your vehicle is the great bull. Yet, none of these material things matter to me. Grant me only one thing, unwavering devotion to your lotus feet. That alone is the greatest treasure I seek. Ashanangaralam Phanikalapah Vasanam Charma Cha Vahanam Mahokshah Mama Dasyasi Kimasti Shambho Tava Padambuja Bhakti Meva Dehi. Shriya, Yada Kritam Bho Nidhi Setu Bandhanah
यदा कृताम्भो निधिसेतुबन्धनः यदा कृताम्भो निधिसेतुबन्धनः
आढः कृतपर्वताधिपः
करस्थलाधः कृतपर्वताधिपः करस्थलाधः कृतपर्वताधिपः
भवानिते स्थितपद्मसम्भवः
भवानि ते लङ्घितपद्मसम्भवः भवानि ते लङ्घितपद्मसम्भवः
तदा शिवार्चास्तव भावनक्षमः
तदा शिवार्चास्तभावनक्षमः
तदा शिवार्चास्तव भावनक्षमः
तदा शिवार्चास्तव भावनक्षमः तदा शिवार्चास्तव भावनक्षमः
हा उत्तमम् यदा कृत अम्भोनिधि सेतु बन्धनः combining यदा कृताम्भोनिधि सेतु बन्धनः please note the महाप्राणास् यदा कृताम्भोनिधि सेतु बन्धनः we should not interchange and chant महाप्राण where it is not there करस्थलाधः कृत पर्वताधिपः करस्थ th is महाप्राण करस्थलाधः कृत ध followed by visarga followed by ka so visarga followed by ka or kha we know it is jihva muliya so karasthaladha krita parvatadhipah dhi is mahaprana bhavani te langhita padma sambhavah bha is mahaprana langhita gha sambhavah bha is mahaprana tada शिवार्चास्तव भावनक्षमः भा is mahaprana भावनक्षमः note the dvitvam padma so in all these places please note the dvitvam we can chant this is in a vritta it is in a chandas called vamshastham so we can this is it has a very beautiful tune you can follow the same tune which we have been following otherwise I will teach it in an alternative tune also now this is another tune you can adopt for this vamshastham chandah which is a very nice tune for this यदा कृताम्भो निधिसेतुबन्धनः
यदा कृताम्भो निधिसेतुबन्धनः यदा कृताम्भो निधिसेतुबन्धनः
फलाधः कृतपर्वताधिपः
करस्थलाधः कृतपर्वताधिपः करस्थलाधः कृतपर्वताधिपः
भवानितिलङ्घितपद्मसम्भवः
भवानि ते लङ्घितपद्मसम्भवः भवानि ते लङ्घितपद्मसम्भवः
शिवार्चास्तव भावनक्षमः
तदा शिवार्चास्तव भावनक्षमः तदा शिवार्चास्तव भावनक्षमः
यदा कृताम्भो निधिसेतुबन्धनः करस्थलाधः कृतपर्वताधिपः
यदा कृताम्भो निधिसेतुबन्धनः करस्थलाधः कृतपर्वताधिपः यदा कृताम्भो निधिसेतुबन्धनः करस्थलाधः कृतपर्वताधिपः
पद्मसम्भवः तदा शिवार्चास्तव भावनक्षमः
भवानि ते लङ्घितपद्मसम्भवः तदा शिवार्चास्तव भावनक्षमः भवानि ते लङ्घितपद्मसम्भवः तदा शिवार्चास्तव भावनक्षमः।
उत्तमम्। यदा कृताम्भोनिधिसेतुबन्धनः करस्थलाधः कृतपर्वताधिपः भवानि ते लङ्घितपद्मसम्भवः तदा शिवार्चास्तव भावनक्षमः।
यदा कृताम्भोनिधिसेतुबन्धनः करस्थलाधः कृतपर्वताधिपः भवानि ते लङ्घितपद्मसम्भवः तदा शिवार्चास्तव भावनक्षमः।
उत्तमम्। हे शिव, यदा कृताम्भोनिधि सेतुबन्धनः करस्थलाधः कृतपर्वताधिपः लङ्घितपद्मसम्भवः तदा ते अर्चास्तव भावनक्षमः भवानि। ओके। हे शिव, हे परमेश्वर, यदा कृताम्भोनिधि सेतुबन्धनः, कृत अम्भोनिधि सेतुबन्धनः. Ambonidhi means the treasure, the one who has water as its treasure, which is what? The ocean, right? So Ambonidhi is a synonym for ocean, samudraha, sagaraha. Krita Ambonidhi setu bandhanaha, the one who constructed a bridge or bound the sea with a bridge, the one who constructed a bridge across the ocean. Who is that? Sri Rama. Krita Ambonidhi Setu Bandhanaha. Sri Rama constructed a bridge across the ocean to Lanka to go and defeat Ravana and get back Sita Mata. So Krita Ambonidhi Setu Bandhanaha is a synonym for Sri Ramaha. Now Sri Rama, as we know, is also the greatest devotee of Parameshwara, and Parameshwara is the greatest devotee of Sri Rama, as is evident from many instances, many kritis of Tyagaraja and others, and our own, like Vishnu Sahasranama, we know it is Ishvara who says, Sri Rama Rama Rameti Rame Rame Manorame Sahasranama Tattulyam Ramanama Varanane. We have also seen in our classes only how Shankaracharya and Ramabhujanga Prayata Stotram says, Yada Varnayat Karnamulenta Kale Shivo Rama Rameti Rameti Kashyam. So, the Taraka Brahma Mantram Rama Rama Rama, which is equal to 1,000 names of Vishnu. Therefore, saying Rama 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 once is equal to saying Vishnu Sahasranama once. Therefore, the Taraka Brahma Mantra is so powerful, Rama Rama Rama. That is how our Guru Anantam Mata, that was how she greeted everyone. That was how we took leave of her. For everything, we start with Rama 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 and also conclude with Rama Rama Rama. When you meet anyone also, Rama Rama Rama. So this is that Taraka Brahma Mantra. And we know when Rama defeated Ravana and brought back Sita Mata, then on the shore, the sages advised him to perform puja to Shivalinga, to propitiate Shiva Ishvara in the form of a linga and perform puja to it. Then Hanuman goes to Kailasa to request Parameshwara to give his Atmalinga, which can be kept there for Rama to perform puja. But because Parameshwara was away and Hanuman took a while to bring the Atmalinga. Atmalinga is where Parameshwara is there himself. He himself comes in the Atmalinga. Parameshwara's Amsha. Parameshwara himself comes in the form of a Atmalinga. Because it was taking some time, then the sages advised Rama that he can make a linga out of the mud and do puja to that linga itself. So we know this is the holy kshetram of Rameshwaram. So then Sita Mata, she made a linga out of the mud and Rama started puja. Rama started doing puja to that linga. At that time when Rama started worshipping, Hanuman also brings the Atmalinga. Then Hanuman was a bit sad that he could not bring it on time. But again, Rama tells him that he will perform puja to that linga also. And whoever prostrates to Shiva, there are two forms, two lingas there, one made by Sita Mata, the other brought by Hanuman. Both were worshipped with devotion by Rama. And then Rama grants a boon that whoever worships the linga, they will get whatever they seek. So this is the holy kshetram of Rameshwaram, and this is the Kshetra Mahima. You can read up more about it of Rameshwaram, where there are two lingas, one brought by Hanuman, one made by Sita Mata, both worshipped by Sri Rama with a lot of devotion. So this is the greatness. Therefore, Rama, with so much of devotion, Rama, who is Vishnu himself, with so much of devotion, he performed puja to Parameshwara in the form of a Shivalinga. That is Kritambhonidhi Setu Bandhanaha. Karasthaladha Krita Parvatadipaha. This is a reference to the sage who pushed down the mountain. Karasthala. Karasthala means with the palm, with his hands. Karasthala with his palm. Adhakrita, who lowered the Parvatadhipa, that is the king of mountains, or the mountain ranges, with his hand. This is a reference to the Vindhya Parvata and Agastya Maharshi gently pushing the Vindhya Parvata down. So again, a reference to the story in our Puranas where it seems the Vindhya mountain grew very tall because it felt that the sun would only go around Meru, but did not go around Vindhya mountain. So the Vindhya mountain became very, very tall. At that time, a sage Agastya, he was requested by everyone. So sage Agastya is also the guru to Vindhya Parvata. So he comes and traveling from north to south. And then when he comes, there you have, the Vindhya mountains are there in the middle of the mountain ranges, middle of India, right? So there, when he's traveling from north to south, then the Vindhya mountain was there, standing very tall. And the Vindhya mountain prostrates to its guru, to Agastya Muni. Then he gently pats the back and pushes the mountain and tells the mountain, you stay like this only till I come back. So then that mountain was lowered by Agastya. So that huge mountain, which had grown very tall, was gently lowered by Agastya Muni with his hands. So this is a reference to Agastya. Karasthaladha Krita Parvatadhipaha. Then Padma Sambhavaha. Langhita Padma Sambhavaha. Who is Padma Sambhava? The one who is born in a lotus. That is Brahma. Now Brahma is the creator. He has been given that power of creation, Srishti, which is such an important power. So, Langhita Padma Sambhavaha, that is when one can surpass even the creator Brahma. Tada, He Shiva, Archastava Bhavanakshamaha Bhavani. So, Yada means when. So, note the usage of these two words. Yada, Tada. Hey Parameshwara, when I become Rama himself, that is the one who constructed a bridge across the ocean and he made that Shivalingas to worship you, also showing the love the love Rama has for Parameshwara. When I become Rama himself, or when I become that very great sage Agastya himself. We know Agastya is a very great sage and his power of penance is unparalleled. He is the one who also does Upadesha of our Aditya Hridayam to Rama before the war in Ramayanam. And he addresses Rama as Vatsa, very endearing way of addressing, like a small boy. He addresses Rama like that and says, you think of, you worship, you do stotram to the sun god Aditya, and then you will easily defeat Ravana. So he gives that Upadesha. Agastya is such a great sage. So when I become Agastya, or when I surpass Padma Sambhava, when I surpass Brahma himself, who is the creator, only then, O Parameshwara, will I become capable of offering Archa, that is, Archana, and singing verses of praise and meditation. So only when I become Sri Rama himself or sage Agastya himself, or when I surpass Brahma, will I be fit for worshipping you, because these great people, great gods and sages have worshipped you. So you are so great. Everybody is worshipping you, like Rama himself. So unless I become as great as them, yada कृताम्भोनिधि सेतुबन्धनः, यदा करस्थलाधः कृत पर्वताधिपः, यदा लङ्घित पद्मसम्भवः भवानी, when I become like that, then तव अर्चा शिव अर्चास्तव भावनक्षमः भवामि भवानी हे शिव. Only then will I be fit to offer puja to you. This is the meaning. Now let us go through the entire meaning. O Shiva, the embodiment of auspiciousness, only when I become like Sri Rama, who built a bridge across the ocean, or like sage Agastya, who pressed down the mighty Vindhya mountains with his hands, and when I surpass even Brahma, Padmasambhava, that is the lotus born, the creator, in greatness, only then will I be truly capable of worshipping you, singing your praises, and meditating upon you. Until then, how can I, an ordinary being, ever be worthy of truly offering devotion to you? यदा कृताम्भोनिधि सेतुबन्धनः करस्थलाधः कृतपर्वताधिपः भवानि ते लङ्घितपद्मसम्भवः तदा शिवार्चास्तव भावनक्षमः. 89 Aditi. नतिभिर्नुतिभिस्त्वमीश पूजा विधिभिर्ध्यान. Okay, so here we are not supposed to split after puja. So what we'll do till Isha first, then from puja I will teach the next time. नतिभिर्नुतिभिस्त्वमीश
नतिभिर्नुतिभिस्त्वमीश नतिभिर्नुतिभिस्त्वमीश
पूजा विधिभिर्ध्यान समाधिभिर्न तुष्टः.
पूजा विधिभिर् पूजा विधिभिर्ध्यान समाधिभिर्न तुष्टः.
Let us split. It will be easy for everyone also to know the words. Puja vidhibhihi dhyana samadhibhihi na tushtaha. So once you know the words, it's easier to combine. Puja vidhibhihi dhyana samadhibhihi na tushtaha. We'll do it again. Puja vidhibhirdhyana samadhibhirna tushtaha.
पूजा विधिभिर्ध्यान समाधिभिर्न तुष्टः. पूजा विधिभिर्ध्यान समाधिभिर्न तुष्टः.
धनुषा मुसलेन चाश्मभिर्वा
धनुषा मुसलेन चाश्मभिर्वा धनुषा मुसलेन चाश्मभिर्वा
वदते प्रीतिकरं तथा करोमि.
वदते प्रीतिकरं तथा करोमि. वदते प्रीतिकरं तथा करोमि.
उत्तमम्. नतिभिः नुतिभिः त्वम् ईश पूजाविधिभिः ध्यान samadhibhihi na tushtaha. Please note the Mahapranas and we combine puja vidhibhihi. It is one word. Dhanusha musalena chashmabhirva vadate pritikaram tatha karomi. Pritikaram tatha, combining pritikaram tatha. Not only first, the second tha is Mahaprana, first is Alpa Prana. Tatha karomi. Mi is Hrasva, we do not prolong it. नतिभिर्नुतिभिस्त्वमीश पूजा विधिभिर्ध्यान समाधिभिर्न तुष्टः.
नतिभिर्नुतिभिस्त्वमीश पूजा विधिभिर्ध्यान समाधिभिर्न तुष्टः. नतिभिर्नुतिभिस्त्वमीश पूजा विधिभिर्ध्यान समाधिभिर्न तुष्टः.
धनुषा मुसलेन चाश्मभिर्वा वदते प्रीतिकरं तथा करोमि
धनुषा मुसलेन चाश्मभिर्वा वदते प्रीतिकरं तथा करोमि धनुषा मुसलेन चाश्मभिर्वा वदते प्रीतिकरं तथा करोमि
भिर्नुतिभिस्त्वमीश पूजा विधिभिर्ध्यान समाधिभिर्न तुष्टः धनुषा मुसलेन चाश्मभिर्वा वदते प्रीतिकरं तथा करोमि
नतिभिर्नुतिभिस्त्वमीश पूजा विधिभिर्ध्यान समाधिभिर्न तुष्टः धनुषा मुसलेन चाश्मभिर्वा वदते प्रीतिकरं तथा करोमि
ईश नतिभिः नुतिभिः पूजाविधिभिः ध्यानसमाधिभिः न तुष्टः धनुषा मुसलेन अश्मभिः च ते प्रीतिकरं करोमि धनुषा मुसलेन अश्मिभिः वा ते प्रीतिकरं वद तथा करोमि ओके हे शिव हे परमेश्वरा you don't seem to be pleased by nati means namaskara doing prostrating doing doing namaskara or prostration is called nati bhihi with prostrations nuti means stotra that is singing verses of praise stuti nuti so nati is namaskara nuti is stuti that is singing verses of praise nati bhihi Isha, O ruler of the world, Tvam, Puja Vidhibhihi, and by various forms of puja vidhis, various forms of offerings. Dhyana is meditating upon Parameshwara. Samadhi is the state where you experience that oneness of Jivatma, Paramatma. There is no difference between Dhyana, Dhyatra, Dhyeya. That is, there is no difference between the meditator and the object or entity meditated upon. Samadhi is that state where you are experiencing Aham Brahmasmi, that state which our yogis have attained. So, Samadhi is that highest state where you are in unison, you're experiencing that oneness, you realize the Paramatma. So, Samadhi bihi na tushtaha. Hey Shiva, hey Isha, you don't seem to be satisfied. You don't seem to be happy with nati, namaskara, nuti, stuti, and puja vidhi, dhyana, samadhi. You don't seem to be satisfied with all this. By dhanusha, with the bow, musalena, with the pestle, ashmabhihi, with stones, va, te, preetikaram, vada. If these are more endearing to you, that is the bow or a pestle or stones are more endearing to you, please tell me. Vada means tell me. Te preetikaram, if that will please you most, do tell me. Tatha karomi, I will do accordingly. Yatha vadasi tatha karomi, whatever you tell me, I will do. You don't seem to be very satisfied with nati, nuti, puja vidhi, dhyana, samadhi. However, if the bow, the pestle, and the stones are more endearing to you, preetikaram, vada, you tell me. Tatha karomi, I shall do accordingly. So this again is a reference to a lot of bhaktas of Parameshwara. So Dhanusha with the bow. So who attacked Parameshwara with the bow and then indulged in a fist fight with him, wrestling, and Parameshwara was extremely pleased with his devotion. This is a reference to the story of Kiratarjuniyam, and which comes in the Mahabharata, where Arjuna goes to the forest, the Indrakila mountain rather, in order to propitiate Shiva and to gain Shiva's blessings, perform very vigorous penance in order to gain Shiva's blessings to get the Pashupatashtram from Shiva. On the advice of a rishi, he does that. So he goes there, and of course, Indra tries to distract him, all that, but nothing works. And Arjuna is very steadfast and devoted in his penance. He performs terrific penance, by virtue of which the heat increases and all the surroundings start feeling the power of his penance. Then everyone goes and prostrates to Parameshwara. Parameshwara comes in the form of a hunter, Kirata. Therefore, if you know in one of the verses, Bhagavat Pada Shankara has addressed Parameshwara as Swamin Adi Kirata. In Shivananda Lahari itself, he has addressed Parameshwara as Adi Kirata, the first hunter. So Ishvara takes the form of a Kirata and comes. And then he starts, they both of them indulge in a fight because both of them strike an arrow at a boar who is actually an asura in the form of a boar, Mukasura, and both Ishvara's arrow, and that is Ishvara in the form of a hunter, and Arjuna's arrow strike the boar at the same time. Then both of them go to claim it, and both of them start fighting. Arjuna has performed vigorous penance for gaining the blessings of Parameshwara himself. Now Parameshwara has come in the form of a hunter in the forest, and Arjuna doesn't know that he is Parameshwara. Therefore, it starts as a verbal fight, and then then Arjuna hits him and he attacks him with the Gandiva. It's a very vigorous fight which ensues. And Arjuna is, in his heart, he is worshipping Shiva, and he is fighting with Parameshwara himself. And there was a pratima of Parameshwara there, a linga, to which Arjuna has offered a garland as he is worshipping Parameshwara. Then they give up weapons and then they start fighting, they're wrestling, so with a fist fight. Then finally, in the Mahabharata story, Arjuna realizes that same garland which he has offered to Parameshwara, the Murti, the Linga, the very same garland is there in the neck of the Kirata himself. Then he realizes, then Parameshwara reveals himself, and Parameshwara is so overcome by compassion and love towards Arjuna, and he blesses him wholeheartedly. So that time Parameshwara was attacked by Arjuna with the Gandiva and with the fist fight, everything. But with that pure heart devotion to Parameshwara, praying to Parameshwara, he was indulging in a fight without knowing that hunter is Ishvara himself. So that is the reference to this Dhanusha. So, and in Kirata Arjuniyam, that is a very beautiful Mahakavyam by Bharavi. The plot is this from Mahabharata. So our great kavis, our poets have taken plots inspired from our Itihasas, Puranas, and they developed the plot. So very beautifully developed in this great work, Mahakavyam, called Kirata Arjuniyam. Kirata Arjuniyam. Kirata hunter, Arjuna. The story of these two is called Kirata Arjuniyam. In that, the climax is very beautiful. So there, Bharavi, he describes how when they are fighting Parameshwara, that is the Kirata, the hunter, and Arjuna are fighting, then Ishvara leaps up into the air. Then Arjuna also leaps and catches hold of the feet of Parameshwara very tightly. And then Parameshwara's heart melts and he reveals himself to Arjuna. So that is a twist given by Bharavi. So this is the reference to that where, oh Parameshwara, you seem to be more satisfied and happy when, when Arjuna fought with you, Dhanusha. Musalena, a pestle, that is also a reference to another devotee in the Puranas. Ashmabhihi, it is said that there was a very great bhakta who on the top of a mountain offered the stones themselves as flowers to Parameshwara, Ashmabhihi. So you seem to be more, that seems to be more endearing to you because you just loved Arjuna so much, you blessed him. So Ishvara, if you like the bow, the pestle and the stones more, please tell me, because I think you're not being satisfied with Nati, Nuti, Puja, Vidhi, Dhyana and Samadhi. So let us read the meaning once. A lot of stories and Puranas are interwoven to understand the meaning of these verses. We are doing in brief. You can go ahead and read in detail. Also, a lot of references to Punya Kshetras and the Kshetra Mahima, like we saw, whether it is, our today we saw Rameshwaram. So, in that way, many of these are interwoven into Shivananda Lahari. O Isha, ruler of the world, you are not as pleased by prostrations, stotras of praise, elaborate rituals, meditation, or deep samadhi as you are when struck with a bow, a pestle, or even stones. Tell me, O Bhagavan, what truly pleases you, and I shall do just that. For my only desire is to bring joy to you in whatever way you find most endearing. This also shows how the heart bhakti of the devotee is more important than what puja vidhi etc you employ. We always remember our bhakta Kannappa Nayanar, right, for his the way he offered with that pure heart blemishless bhakti, and Parmeshwara was pleased with that. नातिभिर्नोतिभिस्त्वमीश पूजा विधिभिर्ध्यान समाधिभिर्न तुष्टः धनुषा मुसलेन चाश्मभिर्वा वदते प्रीतिकरं तथा करोमि. 90th. चारु वचसा चरितं वदामि शम्भोः.
साचरितं वदामि शम्भोः.
अहमुद्योगविधासु ते प्रसक्तः.
अहमुद्योगविधासु ते प्रसक्तः. अहमुद्योगविधासु ते प्रसक्तः.
मनसा कृतिमीश्वरस्य सेवे.
मनसा कृतिमीश्वरस्य सेवे. मनसा कृतिमीश्वरस्य सेवे.
शिरसा चैव सदा शिवं नमामि.
शिरसा चैव सदा शिवं नमामि. शिरसा चैव सदा शिवं नमामि.
वचसा चरितं वदामि. So note when you combine charitam vadami shambhoho. Ahamudyoga vidhasu. Note the dvitvam. Udyoga vidhasu. Te prasaktaha. Te aprasaktaha. Combining becomes te prasaktaha. This is called avagraha chinha. But while chanting together, we just chant it as te prasaktaha without splitting. Te prasaktaha. Note the dvitvam there. मनसा कृतिमीश्वरस्य सेवे शिरसा चैव सदाशिवं नमामि. Combining सदाशिवं नमामि. वचसा चरितं वदामि शम्भोः. अहमुद्योगविधासु ते प्रसक्तः.
वचसा चरितं वदामि शम्भोः. अहमुद्योगविधासु ते प्रसक्तः.
Charu, we are not able to hear you. I think there is some connection issue.
Am I audible, Bhagini?
Yeah, now you are audible. Could you repeat these lines, please?
Sure. वचसा चरितं वदामि शम्भोः. अहमुद्योगविधासु ते प्रसक्तः. वचसा चरितं वदामि शम्भोः. आसक्तः.
मनसा कृतिमीश्वरस्य सेवे शिरसा चैव सदा शिवं नमामि.
मनसा कृतिमीश्वरस्य सेवे शिरसा चैव सदा शिवं नमामि कृतिमीश्वर चैव सदा शिवं नमामि.
Charu, we are losing your voice, unable to hear you at all. So I request Shriya to please repeat this. वचसाचरितं वदामि शम्भोः अहमुद्योगविधासु ते प्रसक्तः मनसा कृतिमीश्वरस्य सेवे शिरसा चैव सदा शिवं नमामि.
वचसा चरितं वदामि शम्भोः अहमुद्योगविधासु ते प्रसक्तः मनसा कृतिमीश्वरस्य सेवे शिरसा चैव सदा शिवं नमामि.
Uttamam. Okay. So this is the 90th verse. Ahante udyoga vidhasu aprasaktah. Vachasa shambhoho charitam vadami. Manasa ishvarasya akritim seve. Shirasa cha sadashivam eva namami. Aham udyoga vidhasu te aprasaktah. Ahante udyoga vidhasu aprasaktah. He Shambho, he Parmeshwara, I am not well versed or I am not familiar with the elevated forms of yoga. Udyoga vidhasu. Udyoga means with the higher forms of yoga. I am not familiar. So what are these higher forms of yoga? The Ashtanga yoga, which we are familiar with. That is pranayama, pratyahara, Yamaniyamasana. It starts with that. Yamaniyamasana, pranayama, pratyahara, dharana, dhyana, samadhi. The Ashtanga yoga. Yama, niyama, asana, pranayama, pratyahara, dharana, dhyana. Finally, it is samadhi. Even in the previous verse, we saw dhyana and samadhi. So these are the elevated forms, the higher forms of Ashtanga yoga. Now, yoga, the word does not refer only to physical exercises like it has been reduced to now. Very popularly, anyone who does yoga is calls himself or herself yogini or yogi. So that is not what yoga was. Yoga is the Ashtanga yoga, which has all these. Asana is just one part, and asana also is not just a physical posture, but to remain sukham sthiram asanam, to remain in that posture and think of dhyana of Paramatma. So that is a very elevated form of it is a spiritual practice. The word yoga, it is not just exercises or certain postures, and by doing that one doesn't become a yogi or yogini, mere asanas. So that yamaniyam pranayama, pratyahara, dharana, dhyana, samadhi. Now these elevated forms of yoga, aprasaktoham, I am not familiar with. Now, like I told you in the previous verse, samadhi is the highest state where one experiences that oneness, aham brahmasmi, that oneness between Jivatma, Paramatma. There is no difference. You do not consider yourself to be different from the Paramatma you're meditating upon. That realization dawns. That is the state of samadhi, which many yogis have attained through their yogic practices, through their penance. Even in Kali Yuga, even in recent times, Acharyas, Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, Ramana Maharshi, many of them. So I am not familiar with all those forms. Look at the humility of Bhagavad Pada, and he is telling these stotras for people like us to chant. So we are not familiar with those forms of yoga. So what can we do, Parameshwara? Vachasa Shambhoho Charitam Vadami. Through my words, I will speak about the Shambhu, the Leelas of Parameshwara. I will speak about the glories or the narrations of Parameshwara. Like, for example, even reading Shivananda Lahiri is one such worship, right? And also reading about the Puranas, Shiva Purana, etc., where the glories of Parameshwara are described. So with my words, I will describe the glories of Parameshwara. Vachasa, Shambhoho Charitam Vadami. I will describe the glories of Parameshwara with my words. Manasa Ishvarasya Akritim Seve. Manasa with my mind. Ishvarasya Akritim. The Akriti, the personified form of Parameshwara. Manasa Seve. I shall worship Parameshwara with my mind. Now, for us who are in this, who are still very nascent or who are taking these first steps, this Akriti Seva is very important. We need to visualize Paramatma in whichever way we relate as Ishvara, Krishna, Devi, Ganesha, Shanmukha, in whichever way we relate, it's important to have that object of meditation. Otherwise, the mind will not be steady. And that is the first step towards attaining that Samadhi Sthiti or realizing that Nirguna Brahman, that oneness towards Shivanandam. That is the first step. So, Manasa with my mind, Shivasya Akritim Seve. I visualize the Akriti, the personified form of Parameshwara with my mind. I worship, seve. Mentally I worship. Shirasa with my head. Sadacha, Sadashivam eva namami. And with my head, I always prostrate to Sadashiva. So these are this is something which everyone can do, any bhakta can do. So we see how Bhagavad Pada's compassion, he has composed stotrams for everyone in all states and different stages of spiritual growth. So for those yogis, they are already in Samadhi Sthiti. For them, if they don't even need an Akriti, they don't need to personify Bhagavan. They are in that state where they are in that Aham Brahmasmi Sthiti. But hey, Parameshwara, I am not in that state. I am not familiar with those elevated forms of yoga. So what do I do? Shirasa Shambhoho Vachasa Shambhoho Charitam Vadami. Manasa Ishvarasya Akritim Seve. Shirasa Chaiva Sadashivam Namami. Now, in the beautiful stotram, Shiva Manasa Puja, I told you how mentally itself, that is again by Shankaracharya. He says how he is Ratnaih Kalpita Masanam Himajalaihi. Everything he gives, Chatra, Chamara, everything. He does worship with the mind itself. A very great stotram, Shiva Manasa Puja. Then even in Saundarya Lahari, very beautifully, Bhagavad Pada says, Japo Jalpa Shilpam Sakalamapi Mudra Virachana Gati Pradakshinya Kramanamashana Dyahuti Vidhihi Pranamas Samveshaha Sukhamakilam Atmarpana Drisha Saparya Paryayas Tava Bhavatu Yanme Vilasitam. Whatever I do, my speaking is japa to Bhagavati. Whatever gestures I do with my hands are mudras, which are offered in puja. And my gait, when I walk, gatihi pradakshinya kramanam, that itself is pradakshina to Bhagavati, to Devi. And ashana dhyahuti vidhi, whatever I take is the ahuti to Devi. Pranama samvesha sukhamakilam atmarpana drisha. In this way, whatever I do with all my faculties, it is a atmarpana, total surrender to Parameshwari, to Bhagavati. Tava bhavatu yanme vilasitam. So like this, all faculties are completely surrendered to worshipping Bhagavan. And here in this verse, he's saying, through words, I only speak of the glory of Parameshwara. And through my mind, I think of or I visualize the personified form of Parameshwara. I worship the personified form in my mind. Manasa, Vacha, Shirasa, that is with my head, I always prostrate only to Parameshwara. So by dedicating all the faculties and day-to-day activities to Shambhu, to Parameshwara, that is my worship to you. Because I am not trained in prana, in this Yamaniya Masana Pranayama Pratyahara Dharana Dhyana Samadhi. I am not familiar with those, but I lead my life like this by always speaking about the glories of Parameshwara, by meditating upon Parameshwara, that is thinking of his form and worshipping his form mentally, and by prostrating to Parameshwara always. So this is the greatest form of worship And through this also, definitely, one can attain that Shivanandam, that Jivan Mukti, Iha Eva, here itself, like Bhagavad Pada says in one of the previous verses. Okay. I shall speak of the glories of Shambhu, the embodiment of auspiciousness, with my words. Though I am unfamiliar with the elevated practices of deep meditation and yogic discipline, I shall worship the divine form of Parameshvara with my mind. And finally, with deep reverence, I shall bow my head in humble prostration to Sadashiva, the eternal source of auspiciousness. Like our Krishna Gita Acharya says, Yat karoshi yadashnasi yadjuhoshi dadasi yat yattapasyasi kaunteya tat kurushva madarpanam. So whatever we do in their life, doing it as an offering to Bhagavan. And that is a way to attain that Shivanandam. Vachasacharitam vadami shambhoho ahamudyoga vidhasu te prasaktah मनसा कृतिमीश्वरस्य सेवे शिरसा चैव सदा शिवं नमामि. A very beautiful verse, and thank you very much for reminding Vishalakshi Bhagini. Today is Arudra Darshanam, a very prominent Hindu festival for Lord Nataraja. Yes, that is true. So I think this was not planned that we have a class today and that we complete 90 verses. It is purely the grace of Parameshvara that on such an auspicious day of Arudra Darshanam, we had this class, and we chanted these verses and could understand whatever little we could with these verses. So it is celebrated grandly across 5 sacred sabhas associated with Lord Nataraja. I am reading out what Vishalakshi Bhagini has very kindly shared. Thank you so much, Bhagini. Kanaka Sabha, that is Chidambaram, Tamil Nadu. Velli Sabha, Madurai, Tamil Nadu. Ratna Sabha, Tiruvalankkadu, Tamil Nadu. Tamra Sabha, Tirunelveli, Tamil Nadu. Chitra Sabha, Kootralam, Tamil Nadu. According to the legend, Shesha, Vishnu's divine serpent, and the sage Vyagrapada sought to witness Shiva's cosmic dance. They performed intense penance at Chidambara's Nataraja temple. Shiva, pleased by their devotion, granted their wish and performed the Ananda Tandava. He also blessed Vyagrapada with tiger-like legs to collect flowers undisturbed by bees, symbolizing the sage's unwavering devotion. Uttamam. Dhanyavadaha sarvebhyah. Shubha Bhagini, the PDFs have been sent, so they will be uploaded very soon. The 88th verse also, the meaning will be uploaded. You can go through when we upload on the portal. So a very blessed day. 10 more verses to go. We will conclude with Shanti Mantraha. Thank you all for attending in large numbers today. And once again, it's a very great start to the new year also. That is Shivananda Halari on this Arudra Darshanam day. 10 more verses, maybe in the this month, hopefully we will conclude with the grace of Parameshvara. Thank you to all of you, to all our panelists. All 3 of them were there today, Aditi, Shriya and Charu. So let us conclude with our Shanti Mantraha. Sarve bhavantu sukhinah, sarve santu niramayah, sarve bhadrani pashyantu, ma kaschid dukkha bhag bhaved. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Dhanyavadaha sarvebhyah. Agami Ravivasare Purarmilamah. Sarve samyak abhyasam kurvantu. Pathantu. We will make further announcement about assessments, etc. And God willing, maybe about a Samarpanam also. So sarvebhyah dhanyavadaha. Ram Ram Ram.